All right, everyone. Let's see what's going on here today. I'm not sure. I can accept viewer challenges. That's what I had set up my title to be. I'm not sure how many. Not sure how much that's going to happen. Actually, let me let me just see games on Lichess. I'll turn on. I'll keep on song request or whatever. But yeah, there's a lot going on in the chess Twitch community right now. So I'm just gonna go see what kind of tournaments there are. I don't know how many. So we got Italian game. We could do the same thing as yesterday, except it's the Italian game. Let's try that. Okay. So I'm in the Italian Super Blitz arena. So I'll get a couple games at 3 minutes, and then we'll go up to 5 minutes and 10 minutes later on. This will be fun. Okay. All right, it's my turn first. I think you're supposed to play here. That's a different move. They're just getting developed here. Um, Definitely like my rooks. That seems like a beginner's mistake. Um, oh, maybe he's got a point there actually. With this move available, This looks very much like a draw to me. And I'm low on time, so yeah, I'll take the draw. Wow. So just gonna win on time? That's his plan? He's gonna attempt to win on time here. Well, this is boring. I'm not sure what my opponent thinks he can accomplish by going back and forth like this. Pretty soon it's gonna be him the one that's... Alright, it's finally a draw. That was such a pointless waste of time. He should have repeated back with the bishops when I was starting both of his pawns. Alright. So this is the tournament. The Italian game, it's a really old opening. I used to play it when I was little, first learning chess. I started out playing e4. So I'm supposed to play here, actually. As I recall, that's the correct move 3. Okay. No, no draw. If you want to win, you can go ahead and win. I might be playing too fast. Case in point. Hmm. Yeah, I'm screwed here. This is totally lost. Yep. Back to tournament. Yeah, accepting the draw there just didn't seem right. I wanted him to prove that he could win that, and looks like he could. And I probably should have played more quickly, or maybe I should have slowed down. Maybe that's what I should have done. Yeah, I lost some some careless stuff there. Oh, Electron with the song request. Nice. What is this? Bart Simpson? Oh yeah. It's a little bit much. Gary Fang with the 1 bit. Wow. Hey man, it's a nice way to say hi. How are you doing today? Hmm. Oh, what a game. I've got 2 queens. It's kind of good news, right? So queen here and there, maybe? He may also get 2 queens, right? Maybe I need to take a draw here. Since he still has a pass pawn and I don't? I don't know. If he queens, though, it's not with check, so I can like threaten checkmate and whatnot. Wait a minute. Hey, Suomonoi. How's it going? Oh no, he's gonna force. No, he's not. No, he's not. Still not with check, but yeah, he's just a rook up now. And I'm not threatening anything. Ouch. Oh, I'm not on that square. Okay. And that's just mate, right? I won on time. I don't believe that. Holy crap. I was not paying attention to the clock. I knew I had little time, so I just played as fast as possible. Jeez. So I'm playing one of these themed tournaments again. This is what you call a game full of blunders. Yeah, right? Okay. So yeah, let's just C3 looks like fun. My opponent played that against me before. I think I just played D4 immediately. Pass pawn situation wasn't. Yeah, with the being up to um being up having 2 connected pass pawns versus a rook. That was kind of interesting. It's too bad he could just sack his rook though. I didn't see that coming. Like queen f3 to try to play it safe. Yeah, I don't know. See, I'm not used to playing open games at all. So this whole like center open of the board, open center on the board is really interesting. Having not played these types of positions in forever, like I felt like I didn't even know how to calculate back when I played open positions, and that's why I stopped playing them. Well, this one's okay. We'll see how it goes in the future. I've also lost terribly. Just takes it. Bring our other rook in. G4 fearless play. Yeah, man. You gotta attack, right? Maybe this move, right? This looks good. Let's go here. Alright, threatening checkmate. This is a good thing. And checkmate in one. Woohoo! Back to tournament. Yeah, you gotta play exciting chess, right? But that was fun. Okay, so I won 2 games and drew 1. That's not a bad 2.5 out of 4. Not too bad. Okay, so the next one is coming right up. Let's jump right into the next one here. Alright, so what do we have here? The Italian game 5-0. Go and join this. So how's everyone doing? Yeah, it's funny. With all the stuff going around on Twitch chess, I didn't expect too many people to show up. So it's nice to see you guys in the chat, Gary and Sua Mainoe. How's everybody's Tuesday going? Tell you, mine has been frustrating so far. I was worried about being on tilt today in stream. I almost called the whole thing off just because I saw the St. Louis stream. But I was like, I might as well do it. I only stream twice a week. Canceling it is kind of rough. So, we used to do this puzzle thing, the hard endgame puzzle thing once. Yeah, we could get back into that. Hey, I didn't think anybody liked that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and withdraw from this tournament. Let's take a break and do some endgame stuff. That sounds good, actually. Well, the endgame stuff was also on Lichess, so I'm gonna go into my studies. Let's see, my studies. So endgame puzzles. That's not it, right? Endgame studies. Okay, so as I recall, yeah, we solved 3. It's here. Maybe we can review the ones we did before. So I'll switch to my study mode, and maybe I can hide the notation somehow. Yeah, here we go. Right, so I made this into like an interactive study. So I God blazed it. Yo, what up? I'm late. I had to work. Just got home about to learn some origami while I listened to the stream. Nice, man. You might want to switch away from that. Switch away from what? Switch away from just playing on Lichess? How do you mean? We had this hard one where h6 was the right move, and you had 2 rooks against the queen. But white with the 2 rooks was easily winning. I got a prize from Pickled Pawn, Carlson Virtuoso Games. If I read, that'll be a real point. But RPD. Yeah, okay. But let's review some of these older ones. I'm gonna click on my study. There we go. Okay. So the chat's back in here. You guys can see the position. So I wonder if I go on at the solution here. Like how do I get out of preview mode? Yeah. Can you guys see that? Oh, you guys can't see that. Okay. So this is nice actually. Okay, but I gotta turn off Stockfish so you don't see the arrow for the right move. Okay. So this one was fun. It's an interesting solution. And the idea was just Gary Fang says if we win the pawn, we win the game. Yeah. But I'll tell you the theme of all of my endgame studies so far have been attacking the king. There's a way to actually checkmate white or checkmate black. So maybe that's too much of a big hint, but this was the first one I ever solved on stream. So you saw the first move on with the engine analysis. The idea is to get to a square that creates a mating net with tempo, right? So if you notice if the knight was here, it would be covering the only two squares for the king. The king's taking off these squares. You know, black pawn is here. King's guarding this. So the only two squares left, right, are these two. So if the knight was here, then it would be a mating net, and then c3 would be mate, right? So the idea is to come here. Let me actually change. I'm gonna change my title to say that I'm doing endgame puzzles. Actually, endgame studies, right? So, Alanautilus, yeah. So this is the idea, but the thing is, actually, black has a neat defensive strategy. That if you don't consider it, um, you're yeah, you're kind of you end up drawing. Like if you don't consider what to do, um, I'm actually trying to think, trying to remember now, because I remember there was a neat, funny thing that black could do here that really surprised me. I think maybe it was like bishop takes d3 or something. But surely that wouldn't be a draw. Oh, I think the idea was that you couldn't take the bishop, right? It was just tricky. It wasn't like an actual defensive try. It's a pain the opponent gets to move, right? Yeah. Okay, so knight here. And then yeah, bishop g6 is the defensive try. So knight here puts the king in the mating net. And now bishop takes d3. And the issue here is, of course, you can't take the bishop, right? It's stalemate. That would be losing. Well, not losing, but it would be a draw. You want to win here. So yeah, the correct move from this position. There's only a couple moves even to consider, right? You don't want to move the knight and let the king come back. C3 is good. Obviously, c takes d3 is terrible, right? Because it's just stalemate. But yeah, c3 checks is good as long as you know what the follow-up is. What do you do when the king goes away? Yeah, Gary Feng. Yeah, but you got to see the follow-up. You can suggest c3 as long as you know the follow-up. So there's only two moves, right? After c3, the king can go here or here. So you got to know what to do in both cases, and that's the winning. There's a winning idea. Correct. Yeah, Gary, you got it. Good. So c3 check, and if king here, you have a knight fork this way, and if king here, you have a knight fork this way. Okay, Zipian. Okay. Right. So now we're in the okay, and then white wins from here. Now demonstrating the win here could be a little bit tricky. Like you just got to make sure not to trade off the pawn, right? You have to win this pawn and not trade it off. So let's talk about how to win this as white. So you basically just want to move. I think I would just try to advance my king up, get my king here, so that the pawn couldn't advance. And then after that, I would maneuver my knight around to win this pawn. So yeah, king here. It doesn't really matter what black does. It's kind of cut off. King d4, back just to defend the pawn. Then knight here, and then you're just winning that. You're just winning by promoting the pawn here. It's trivial. Okay. So now chapter 2. So this one was trickier than the first one. And again, it's kind of a mating type idea. Yeah, you got it, Alanatus. Yeah. So so this one is tricky. White is two pieces up. Um, and he could win if he could, trade off the rooks and win the pawn. The knight and bishop would be able to checkmate. That's not an easy win. But we actually have a nice way to finish the game off right here. Um, there's white to play. Bishop and knight seems easy enough. Yeah, but there's on. Hey, welcome to the stream, man. So right now, black, is threatening to take the knight. Um, so we need to do something about that, right? Or plan around it. Um, so yeah, if white doesn't do anything, you're just winning the. You're just winning and black is just winning the knight. And if you just simply move the knight, then he's winning the bishop, right? After trading. So and then a lot of time, and then this would be really tricky. I guess you could win this. No, you couldn't. Like white would be playing for a draw after trading the rooks and losing the bishop. So it's not trivial from here because black's got a real threat. And if the knight moves, he's got a threat here. So Alan Nautilus, that's a good idea. Bishop e5, you're on the right track, but I think you need to prepare it. Oh, we got some song requests now. So Gary likes rook e8. Can you explain a little bit further? What's the idea with rook e8? I mean, I'm just taking the knight, right? So you got to explain both knight captures. Skewer after rook takes knight. If king takes, there is a skewer. Yeah, after rook e8, king takes, you win the rook, right? So it's rook and bishop versus pawn. It's very easy to win. Yeah, Arizat, we are in song request mode. Yeah, after king takes knight. And then if rook takes e5, yes, bishop e5 is mate in that situation. Very good. And it's important to notice that any other rook move down this file doesn't work because the bishop blocks this file and the king can escape. So rook e8 is really the only move. Yeah, sure, Arizat. Sounds great. Stream. Okay. Yeah. So I think. Yeah. So let's go ahead and show that on the board for everyone else, Gary. So rook e8 is the winning idea, and black has just a few moves here. Only two really look like they're fighting for a win, right? Rook takes and king takes. There are other legal moves, right? I mean, black could try to go like this. I don't know. Or maybe yeah, I think what I concluded is if like black doesn't fall into this trap with with the mating or winning the rook, um then you're just winning, right? Because the threat is gone of him taking your knight. So it's fairly simple from here. Um but yeah, but the main line, right, if king takes or rook takes its mate. And if king takes, we go rook check, the king moves, and then we take his rook. But I mean, he doesn't have to fall into that, right? But after king c7, we can simply move the knight, and all of our pieces are safe, relatively, no longer any threats, and white's just winning here. So we've saved the knight basically. Is what's happened here. So, oh man, Arizad, it's actually not you. I think I need to restart my router. And we are back. Yes, good. Okay. Thanks for sticking around, Arizad. Okay, so this was the first chapter. Chapter 2, we just solved testes. Yeah. If you have 3 testes, there's an issue, right? Okay. Um yeah, so we solved this one. It was rook e8, and if the rook takes, it's a nice mate. But yeah, chapter 3, we'll call it a growth. Better get that looked at. Ah, this one. It's funny. I was streaming this one, and I couldn't figure out what the heck was going on. And then Ruslan Ponomarev, the streamer, he showed up in my chat and just gave the whole line from start to finish. And it was beautiful what he wrote, because I actually misread one of his things. I was like, wait a minute, that's not right. Oh, but he didn't say that. He said the right answer. It was amazing. But yeah, this puzzle is quite interesting, because black is about to make a queen. So Erzat says, so you would have to cover with the bishop, right? Yeah, that's a logical move, right? Bishop here, taking away the h1 square. Okay, so then imagine black plays e4. What then? Looks like he's making a queen the next move. Unless you like sack your bishop, but then even then he's gonna make a queen after he takes the bishop. It's really pretty, this puzzle. Oh yeah, the song request thing. I should play again. I think it got disconnected, so it got confused. All right, yeah, so we're back with the song requests. The song is already in the queue. So Arizad, is that your Rat and Marvy Gaye? I heard it around the grapevine. Okay, cool. Yeah, so the idea is actually that you can actually let. Okay, cool. I'm looking forward to it. So the idea is that you can actually let him have a queen and then checkmate him with the two bishops. So how do you do that? Okay, so yeah, so the line. Let's just put the line that we're talking about on the board. So the line is bishop d5, right? To cover the queen e square. Ariel was taken. Hey, how's it going? So we're looking at some in-game studies now by popular demand. Gary Fang was in here earlier asking that I stop play chess. He wanted me to stop playing chess so he could see more of these in-game puzzles. Anyway, so I took him up on his offer, and I don't think he's here yet. He didn't return after I had some technical difficulties earlier. But yeah, so now Black can stop this, right? So he's making a queen next move. Um, but the thing is, there's a nice mating idea actually here. Anyone have some ideas here? Yeah, well, it's funny. These types of puzzles don't necessarily help you with endgame study because these aren't really practical positions. But they do help with calculation. So this will help you in your calculation abilities. It's like if you can calculate this till the end, then you're doing well. Yeah, and ideas. Yeah, I agree with the ideas thing. So if you look, Iguera says bishop g3. So bishop g3, I make a queen, and then what? I think the biggest hint here that I can give is to take away squares from the enemy queen or from the enemy king. Um, Bishop g3 takes away one square but gives the king two additional squares, so that's not really ideal. Um, right now the king has this one and this one, right? Oh, and also this one. So we need to take away at least one of those squares while planning to take away all of the rest in the next couple of moves. So once we take away all three of those squares, we're all set. Igor says maybe king f7. I agree. King f7. Yeah, bishop e6, and then what? So I'm going to make a queen. Let's not put it on the board. Right, king f7, h1 queen, bishop e6, and visualize that position. Visualize where the king is. Where's the king got to go? Right, the king only has one. After bishop e6, he has to go to king e5, right? With the king on f7, the enemy king on e5, our bishop's on e6. There must be a good plan here. There must be a good move. This is great. Oh wow, this mashup is awesome. Airshot, where do you find this stuff? This is amazing. All right. That's cool, man. Ariel, did you find it yet? So the line is King F7, H1 Queen, Bishop E6 check, King E5, and Bishop G3. Congratulations, you found it. Yeah, King F7. So this is the winning line. Queen, Bishop E6 check, King E5, and Bishop G3 mate. It's amazing. It's a beautiful problem. And it's worth noting actually that black can defend here. I know. It took me. I mean, I actually didn't even see it. Uh, when I first did this one on stream, I was telling other people. I was telling Erza earlier. Ruslan Ponomariev actually just dropped the whole winning line the way you did, King F7. But he started from the beginning with Bishop D5. Like he wrote down Bishop D5, E4, then King F7, H1, Bishop E6. He wrote down the whole thing. And from the initial position, that's actually a hard sequence to follow, like visually in your mind. So yeah, it's a beautiful line. Okay, yeah, and it's worth noting that there is a sideline here because that's not, H1 is not the only move, right? The king still has these two squares. Here it's kind of trivial because you pick up the pawn immediately. He gets the bishop, but then it becomes a bishop versus with the two pawns here. It's no problem to win. King G4 is a little bit trickier. So King G4, you just take this pawn. He takes yours. Then you go Bishop H1, and then your pawn queen's a long time before his does. So, but yeah, let's just show that. So King G5, I guess computer says actually King G3. Well, G3, H3, G4, G5, they're all similar as far as, you play E4 here. King F4, and then King F6. Bishop's nicely holding the pawn. King G3, E5, King F2, E6. King G1, Bishop anywhere. Yeah, and then it's just over. You're just taking the queen and making your own. So, knight E4, I like King E6. So instead of playing E4, oh, you want to play here? Yeah, that blocks off the F file. That's pretty good. 26, 26. They're both 26 moves to mate. So yeah, they're equally good actually, according to the table base. Anyway, so that's that one. And then now we arrive at chapter 4. So this is a really difficult puzzle actually. You have two pawns for the exchange. It looks like black's defending quite nicely. And the only trouble is, as we know, with the theme for these puzzles is the king safety. Um, um, Bishop e4, rook takes a6. don't just give your pawn away. Rook h8 is kind of on the right track. I think you might end up playing. Well, it's it's not the right first move. I'll tell you that much. It's you're on the right track. Like, yeah, I can't give too many hints, right? I mean, I see the solution in front of me because I've solved it like a month ago on stream, but that's why God blaze it. You're doing origami. That's a cool thing actually. I did a whole bunch of origami for my wife for Valentine's Day actually. Um, I did a bunch of origami in school, I guess, when I was little. I learned a bunch just on my own. And then my wife got a kick out of it because I made a whole bunch of gifts for her with origami on Valentine's Day. So that was really fun. She really liked that. Yeah. I each of the gifts were like um they were organized by like senses, right? So each of the 5 senses, I gave her 5 gifts for Valentine's Day. So and I spread them throughout the house with like little clues. So this little scavenger hunt. So each gift was about a sense, and then I had a piece of origami that related to that sense as well. So like the eyes one was like an eagle. Um, I think for the ear I made like a little rabbit because they have big ears. Um, for taste I might have made an apple. It was kind of fun. She really loved it. Anyway, okay, so back to this position. The reason I said rook h8 was kind of on the right track is because it's check. But there's only one way to give check here, and that turns out to be the right answer. But telling you the right first move is not it's not really hard. Yeah, so bishop f5, but then what? Right? Like black has 3 different moves that he can do in response to the check. Obviously not, rook e6 or rook c7 because that would just like give up the game easily. Um, but any of the king moves, you have to calculate what's the winning continuation for all the different king moves. Um, so I'll go ahead and put the first move on the board. And let's say we go for actually, do I even have the third move here? So king c7 seems logical. King b8 also looks good to try to keep an eye on this pawn. King here doesn't really look all that great for some reason. I'm wondering. Well, I didn't even. I don't think I even have king c8 on my king d8 on my list here. Yeah, that's a new move in my study. So it looks like I didn't look at king d8 as a thing to refute. If the king goes to b8 or d8, you would do rook h8 for king c7. You do rook c3. On king c7, I'll tell you rook c3 is not the best move. Or is it? No, it's not. But let's look at king c7 first. So king c7. Yeah, there's so many side variations in this one. It makes it really difficult. This one actually is probably one of the most difficult ones that we've solved so far on stream. A7, and then if rook a6, bishop e4. A7, bishop e4, rook takes, right? A6, wait, A7, rook a6, bishop e4, rook takes a7. Like the A7 pawn's not defended. Um, yeah, well the king can step back to defend or even block the check on d7. Okay. So yeah, rook h7, I think is definitely the way to continue. And there's again, you know, there's three or four black responses. Now, obviously, rook d7 is no good. So there's three ones to look at. There's this one, and this one, I guess. But I don't think rook d8 needs to, or king d8 needs to be looked at because it goes away from the pawn and it's just kind of doesn't really accomplish much. So I think it's pretty clear. Like, you know, if you get the pawn to start promoting or you win the exchange, that's the end of the calculation. If you ever win the exchange, you don't need to look any further because your two pawns are going to win. If at some point you can force the trade off of these two pieces, then you don't need to look any further. So like say after king b8, there's a7, king a8, bishop e4 check, and the only move is to block, and then you just win because you're two pawns up against you know, with the two rooks versus the two pawns. Two pawns and rook versus rook is always a win. So because they have to block here, right? And yeah, even better is actually b5, but if here you can just go like this. So oh wait, what? Okay, so apparently that's not right. So here, if you actually trade, it's a draw. How is that possible? All right, so this. Okay, Arizona man. Thanks for joining. See you next time. Um, sure if I can go in here. Oh yeah, since it's pin, all you have to do is win it, right? So you can just go rook h6 to win the rook. Okay, so that's fairly simple, and then this way you can win the rook here, like this. Okay, but instead of so we've ruled out king b8, right? Because we win the rook. So king c6 is the other one. Oh, sorry. King c6, king e4 check followed by a7. Oh, bishop e4 followed by a7. So bishop e4, yeah, king b5, a7, rook a6, yeah, and you're just winning the rook now. Game over. Good. All right, and then we need to look at the one of the other lines after the rook h7 check, right? No, not here. Wait a minute. Rook h7 check. So we looked at, oh no, we looked at king b8 and king c6. Yeah, so king d6 is just, it's kind of trivial, right? You just go here and they can't stop the pawn. Rook a6 and bishop e4 is just trivial, right? The king needed to fight for the pawn, but we saw how that doesn't work out. So yeah, that's that study. So imagine giving a student or giving someone just from this position and telling them they're not allowed to move the pieces, and you have to calculate all those side variations. It's crazy. Yeah, this is a tremendously difficult puzzle. um, anyway, let's move on. Um, so far we're still looking at ones where I've seen them all. This one is quite interesting because the solution to this was really clever. Mate in the fewest moves possible puzzle. Yeah, let's work through some of these, and then maybe we'll move on to that if you don't mind. Maybe just send me the link in the meantime. So this looks like a very drawish queen and pawn ending, but you know we have checks, and the black, you know, the white queen has checks, and the black queen does not. So there's something to that. Oh, Ariel, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, so imager is not allowed. You'll need to like set up the position in Lichess and link to that, like as a study or something. I mean, I have the link now. That's probably good enough. It's just not in chat. If you would link to it on Lichess, other people could see it in the chat or whatever. At this rate, only I can see it. So. Okay, yeah, nice. That was quick, actually. The 6th chapter. Okay, good. So with this puzzle, there's some forcing moves that get to a position where. Wait a minute. Yeah. I'm looking at this again now because I'm trying to remember. Oh, I see. Yeah, it doesn't matter actually. Okay, cool. All right, so I got it now. It took me a while to remember because I remembered the idea, but getting to it and then why Black has to do what he has to do uh, was um, was something I didn't quite remember. But yeah, I got it now. Okay. Yeah, there's only one winning line here. Um, so you have to be pretty precise. And it's tempting to go after the mate on G3, right? If you could just like parachute your queen down to G3, it would be mate. So it's tempting to find a sequence of checks that leads to Queen G3 mate. But unfortunately, it's not. It's not. Oh, there's not. There's not a way to force that. Um, so you kind of have to get there indirectly. Apocalypso. As I remember, it's Queen H1. You must. Were you here the first time we solved this? Nice. Yeah. So Queen H1 is forcing King G4. And do you remember what the follow up is? And can you explain? Like, what's the winning idea? Queen E4. Queen E4 forces King back to H3. Queen F3 check. Queen F3 check loses the plot. Um, Unfortunately. Yeah, and Pocalypso is right. The end result is to force the queen trade, to where your pawn recaptures and then you can queen. Yeah, King H2. Yep. So with the king back on E3, you can go here. Sorry, King H3. You can go Queen E6. And in order for the black queen to avoid the trade, like black's obviously not going to take here because then your passed pawn would just queen instantly. So in order to avoid the queen trade, there's only a couple of squares, right? There's queen here and queen there. Unfortunately, both of them fail to queen d6, threatening queen g3 mate and taking the queen, no matter where she goes. It's really a beautiful problem. Yeah. King G. How's it going, man? So yeah, here's the solution. I'll just demonstrate it on the board. King G4, Queen E4 check, forces King H3, Queen E6. And obviously you don't take here, but there's only two moves that you know don't either allow you to take the queen or or just promote the pawn, right? And either one of them fail to Queen D6. And Queen D6 is threatening to take the queen and to mate on G3. So that's a really gorgeous puzzle. Um, and it's all about king safety. Okay, so moving on to the last puzzle. I believe this is the last one we've solved. So Ariel was taken or no, Gary, I think, mentioned this one, saying how difficult it was. Because it's really difficult for the rooks to defend against the queen. Um, 23 to force the king to h2. Yeah, no. Well, first of all, the king can take the pawn, and yeah, no, you want the king on h3 so that g3 is mate. So if the king was on h2, then queen d6 would be check, right? Yeah. But yeah, that idea doesn't work quite the same way. So this one is crazy. And I'll tell you that every single piece, like if you haven't seen the solution to this one before, it's so amazing because every single piece on the board has a purpose to play in this puzzle. There's nothing extra here just for fun. They didn't put the pawn on e5 for nothing. It plays a role in the solution. So does the pawn on g7, and so does the pawn on h5. So the theme to notice about this puzzle is that if we get the king to go to a8, then rook c8 would be mate. So like imagine sacking your rook on a8 where the queen couldn't take it. Then rook a8, king takes a8, rook c8 would be mate. But unfortunately, the queen's in the way. The queen could just take our rook. So that's the thing to notice about this puzzle. And how do you deal with that problem? How do you deal with the pesky queen? King safety. Yeah, and the first move, the first move of the puzzle needs to be played only if you see all of Black's defensive ideas all the way through. If you just try to play a combination to make the checkmate work, then there's a whole bunch of defensive ideas that you have to stop. I'm hoping I'm not giving too many hints, but I feel like I need to sit here and talk about something while you guys are thinking, trying to figure this one out. Okay. So the line I was talking about, rook a8. Let me just show you why this doesn't work. Like why this initial move doesn't work. So you go here, and queen takes. And you notice that the rook can come over here and threaten mate. And there's not an easy way to defend that, but there actually is, right? If the rook takes here, Queen here blocks the checkmate and saves the day. Black's winning. But this pawn is here. So if somehow the rook were able to go to h7 and then threaten checkmate on h8, there's no way to stop that. So the first move, oh, and you notice also, wait, if you go here and there and threaten mate any other square, it's the same story. Here the king can go c8. Here the queen can go here to stop checkmate. Anywhere along this diagonal, threatening the stopping these checkmates is possible. Yeah, so a6 is actually the winning move because a6 diverts this pawn away, and the rook has h7 at the end of that. So there's some sidelines though to note. You notice that maybe you think that the black queen can check the king, right? But on this, like you go like this, and then maybe one more check, and then basically game over. Yeah, the king's getting mated. Yeah. So, and if he tries this check first, what then? So I guess you block this way, and again, there's only one more check, right? Oh, I guess there's two more actually. So we should look at these. So this one actually has the same idea where you go here, and then the only other check involves the discovery with the mate. So, but this one, it looks like a bunch of moves win here, according to the computer. So queen f6, rook 5, c6. Yeah, that does win. But it's not as good, I guess, because there's a repetition involved. So king b5, I think, is given by the computer. Yeah, and then black has run out of checks here. Oh, wow, are you kidding me? Okay. Wow. Am I back? I'm back. That was crazy. I don't know why I got disconnected there. Very strange. Okay. We should be back now. Ariel, if you don't mind confirming that. I think I need to refresh my chat. Okay. Yeah. So all these checks basically lead to nowhere, and we're either queening or so eventually he runs out of checks. And we get this mating idea. Rook c5. Anyway, I feel like the hang on, because h6 is the first move. I feel like the study didn't actually go into all the black checks deep enough. it just wanted you to see this whole idea with g takes h6. It did mention this one, but it didn't mention this with this and all that stuff. Like these sidelines with queen f2 check and then queen f6 check and then queen f1 check and all this stuff. It wasn't even included in the study as things that you should know in order to get this right, which is kind of funny because I would have been really worried about all these checks if I'd seen all of this. But anyway, so there's this idea of winning after queen b2 check, and then there's the idea of winning after g takes h6, and this is the really beautiful part. So rook a8 check. The only move is queen takes a8 because obviously if king takes, then rook c8 would be mate, and then you go rook h7, and there's no way to stop rook h8 mate, or rook h8 mate, or just taking the queen and winning the pawns. So Stockfish announces mate in 25. So king c8 here, here, and here, and yeah, white's winning here. So that was fun. Now chapter 7 in my little study. I don't believe have we solved this. It looks like we have. Ah yes, I do remember this. This is really interesting because black looks like he's just about to queen and make a draw here. Because the bishop doesn't control the queening square and can't control g2 fast enough. The king and rook are so badly misplaced. It would be so simple if our bishop could just get here, and we would have an easy win. But yeah, you have to plan. You have to plan for that. So the point here is well, obviously remember the theme of all of these puzzles is king safety. So bear that in mind. King safety in the endgame. By the way, hey Tishark, how's it going, man? Are you the guy who used to be called Tishar Kamde? Or are you different? Are you different from him? I remember Tishar Kamde actually talking like he was maybe you are a different one actually. It looks like I am following you. Anyway, I think you are the same guy. Because I'm already following you, and Etushark, I'm pretty sure I haven't followed you. I haven't followed that name. I probably followed the old name. Anyway, does anyone have any ideas on this one? I've lost a bunch of you. So I'll just give it a few more minutes. So a big hint here is imagine that black does get a queen on g1. Where would the bishop and rook be in order to give checkmate with the queen on g1? So yeah, that's the biggest hint I can give is well, it's the most I don't know. It's the only hint I can think of really to help you solve this. Queen on g1 and your bishop and rook deliver checkmate. How would that work out? So Apocalypso says rook f3. Okay, so rook f3, and then I play g2. What's next? Bishop f1. Very good. Yeah. So then if I make a queen on g1, it's rook h3 mate. And if I take the bishop, then I just take the queen and game over. Rook and king mate. Yeah, well done. So bishop, rook f3, g2. And there are other moves to consider here, but they don't really lead to anything. Like king g2, and you just protect your rook, and then this is easily winning. King h1, you could just take the pawn. King h3, and just bishop f1 check, and then if here you just take the pawn. So, and after rook f1, there's only a couple moves really to consider. Yeah, you can take it with take this way, and you win with the, or you go here and you deliver checkmate. Yeah. So that was a nice little puzzle, I think. Okay, and I believe chapter 8. Did we solve this on stream? I don't believe we did. No, we didn't solve this one on stream yet. So this one, even I don't know the solution to. So Ariel, have I disconnected? I don't believe so. I think I'm fine now. OBS is pretty good about telling me when I'm not transmitting. If there's some issue, it's on Twitch's side actually, because I'm doing fine on my end. Okay. So Ariel, did you? Oh, did you not see the solution to the last puzzle? Let me bring that one up again. So Ariel, yeah. So we had another viewer that solved it. Pocalypso. So I'll show you the solution really quick. So the idea is to let black get a queen and then checkmate him if he makes a queen. Yeah. So there was a hint. Oh, okay. So the hint actually solved it. Yeah. So once black makes a queen, and you get the idea to checkmate them, then rook f3 becomes sort of natural. So king g2, or sorry, pawn to g2, and then bishop f1. If he takes the bishop, you just win with the rook. If he makes a queen, then you just make checkmate. You were thinking rook f5 and king e5 to move the bishop to d5, but it didn't work. Yeah. So yeah, this is an elegant solution. It's so nice how the rook and king cut off the bishop from the winning the normal winning plan, which would be just to take the pawn with the bishop, right? You can't go here or here in order to take the pawn with the bishop. You thought it was a draw after yeah, bishop f1, g takes f1. Yeah, the rook can give checkmate. Yeah, we don't have a bishop and a knight here. We have a bishop and a rook. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I make calculation mistakes like that all the time. Okay. All right. So moving on to the last. Well, I'll say the last one of today because for me, solving a new puzzle is really challenging. Like doing one of these from scratch without anybody here to give you hints. Oh man, it's rough. But yeah, let's see if we can figure this out. I do have some vague idea here. I mean, it's material is a little bit weird. I would expect black to have the winning chances, except for the fact that his king is stuck in the corner. So that's the only reason why white is winning here. So an obvious thing to me to notice is that anywhere the rook moves, we're threatening checkmate. But obviously his rook moves in order to give his king space. Um, so let's try something. Like I don't feel that I'm good enough to like just solve this in my imagination all the way without moving the pieces. So I want to sit here and move the pieces, but if I do that, I might interrupt you guys's ability to solve from the first position. I don't know. Does someone have an idea, a move that they want to look at? So I'm going to pick rook c2 here to look at. Um, so I think Black's idea is he needs to make space for his king, and he also wants to push his pawn. So rook h8 makes sense. Um, I can threaten mate with bishop f2, but I think if we ever allow Black to move his pawn, then the whole mating idea I think is just thrown away. So maybe king here. Oh wait, no, it's White's move. And so instead of here, maybe rook check or something. King b8. And now we don't really have any more checks. So probably he would just like he's starting to push his pawn. So yeah, I don't know. What if we go all the way to king c rook c1 instead? So we do the same plan, trying to push the pawn. Give a check over here. Maybe threaten the rook. Boy, this is hard. Actually, it's funny. I thought I remember solving this with Pepe Lu in the chat before, but it didn't save. It didn't save the moves in my study because this is becoming vaguely familiar. The idea is to bring the king here, or maybe even here, and then we can threaten some kind of checkmate with the king on d7. There was some way to checkmate the king, like right here, with the king covering these squares and the rook covering stuff. I don't remember exactly. Yeah, I think with the rook here, king here, king here, and then there's like a rook here, and somehow that's checkmate. But I don't remember how to force the king out. Is this jogging any brain cells? Let's try a different move order. So rook e8 I think is the only one that makes sense. Yeah, and then you can get the king to f7 with tempo. Maybe we come back here. Oh. Oh, I remember. Yeah. Okay, so Pepelu again. I remember this because he was in the chat last time. So bishop d4 hits the rook, and also comes king threatens to come here after we check the king. So again, rook d8, and we give check. Then we go here, and then there, and then here, there, mate. You were gonna do that in your head. Oh no. Sorry, man. I just remember the solution. I'm sorry. But yeah, I was imagining the situation with the kings here. I didn't know where the bishop was going to end up until I started with the right move order. With bishop d5, nice. Yeah, bishop d5 and bishop d4 and bishop d5, and yeah, you get the. It's crazy. Pretty freaking cool. Yeah, and the key is to get the king to f7 so you can mate on d7. It's nuts. To think about mating the king in the mating the king right here. That's a pretty cool puzzle. Okay, and now this one is for real the one that I've never solved on stream or even solved ever. Like I don't know anything about this puzzle. Um, okay, so I really have no idea here. Um, so I'm about to make a queen. So is black. Maybe king here threatens mate in one. But he just takes my pawn, right? It's nuts to me that this endgame is winning for white. I mean, I guess the main thing is that the king is stuck in the corner. Um, because we only have two pawns and black can take one of them. He's about to make a queen, and we're not about to make a queen, right? We need two more moves. It's nuts. Oh, that's cool, actually. All right, stay with me on this. So if I promote, if I go and threaten to promote, and he promotes, so he gets a queen, I make my own queen. I'm actually threatening two different king moves to make checkmate there. So if the queen checks like here, I can go to this one, and if the queen checks here, I can go to this one. Right? I mean, there's no other queen checks that actually like save the mate, right? E7, B1 queen, E8 queen, and maybe I'm not seeing all the black checks, but that looks right to me. Queen D1 check, King C7 mate. I mean, it's not mate because I mean, okay, Queen D8 check or Queen D8 check, and then Queen takes D8 check mate. Game over. Is it that simple? I guess I didn't look at any other moves. Like what happens if he takes the? Oh, I didn't look at that actually. Wait, what if he takes my pawn so that this is a mate? Then I'm only threatening one mate. Bishop takes a6 in the end. Oh, b takes a6. Right. Yeah, b takes a6. Well, queen. Then king c7 is still mate. B1 queen, queen e8, b takes a6, king c7 is still mate. Queen b7 check. No, it's wait, whose move is it? E7, b1, e8 takes. It's my move. So I go here with check. Checkmate. Queen b8, queen takes b8, mate. But let's look at our other move orders. Like e7, what happens if b takes a6 then? Then I make a queen. He makes a queen. Same thing. King c7 is mate. I feel like we solved it. E7. Okay, so now I want to go into the... I have to pull up the website where I got these, and it'll check me. So let me look at my bookmarks. Free Endgame studies. So I'm pulling up the little trainer here. All right, so we got to pull up the 9th one. All right, so bear with me while I pull this on the Okay, so I switched to my big view, and now I can drag this in here. All right, so this is Chess King. This is their it's basically what this course is a subset of the CT art that's only based on Endgames. I think the solution is E7, and then okay, then we make our own queen. Oh, okay, so I did not consider this move at all. He actually stopped both of these mates. Oh no, I don't know what to do now. I make my own queen, so he actually stopped both of these mates by cutting me off. So it's not that simple. I did not consider what to do here. Let me go back to the study mode. Hmm. Okay. So king c8 is threatening two different checkmates. It's threatening this. Oh, it's not mate though. Wait a minute. This isn't mate. Wait a minute. Yeah. I was thinking that a takes b7 was mate after king c8, but it's not. I mean, queen takes b7 is fine. So we're on the right track. We just didn't see queen h7 as a defense. If we trade queens here, I think black can win. Or at most it's a draw, right? Like we only get a draw if we trade queens, because like I'm thinking like queen, king takes, king here, and we can track down the h pawns or the a pawns. Pawn here, king here, yeah. Actually, he doesn't take. He actually goes here. Oh, and then we don't stop. Yeah, that's bad. Queen here takes. B5 wins the game. Pawn's too fast. So yeah, that's obviously not right. Queen d7 threatening queen c8 mate is just losing. I mean, how many legal moves are there really that don't drop the queen? This is so difficult, actually. Why is this so difficult? I assume white can win. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a puzzle about checkmating the king, right? White's not in check, but he's kind of forced. The fact that the king is stuck is just really bothersome. Queen here. Oh, yeah. I was just looking at Queen E6 because then that threatens Queen C8. But there's a check here, right? Like, and then King here. I mean, there's a bunch of checks with the Black Queen. I don't know if we can run away from the checks there. And we can never block the checks with our queen, right? Because we've already seen that the queen trade results in a loss. I mean, unless the king walks way over here and then somehow we block the check like this. But yeah, I'm not trying to draw here. I'm trying to checkmate the Black King. So Queen E6, Queen A8 check. What then? Is there a way to avoid the checks? King here, here, king here, here. I mean, it looks like there's a never-ending series of checks here. We're just going crazy with these checks. Ugh. Oh, hey. So Apocalypso, I was just thinking about that. The queen has to stay on this file, right? In order to stop. Oh, but he can just take this pawn. I was thinking queen f8 to take away all of these squares from the enemy queen. No, but the queen can't take her own pawn. Yeah, queen f8. The queen has to step away, and then we can give the checkmate. Queen f8, and even after a check, right? This is mate. Oh, I think I got it. Queen f8. Ariel, do you see that? Apocalypso, do you agree? I'm thinking queen f8 because king c8. He just has queen takes b7. Well, is it queen takes b7? Wait. King c8. Yeah, he just goes like queen g7. Like it's not that he has a move. It's just that he can hold. He can hold all the threats. But with queen f8, the queen is stuck. Can't stay on the on that file anymore. It's like a zugzwang. And queen f8, like say pawn takes, we can give mate this way. I think it's mate. Let's calculate that really quick. Kelly Redwan, hello. So, okay, but let's look at this. Queen f8, b takes a6. What then? Because I'm actually not seeing. I'm not seeing the mate. I mean, there are a bunch of checks on the diagonals, I should say. Yeah, that's one thing that queen f8 doesn't address. This pawn can run. Queen f8, b takes a6, king c8. King c8 threatens queen e6 or yeah, queen down here, right? Okay, so b takes a6, king c8 with the queen here. And then king c8 and then again, the queen cannot move, right? There's Oh no, the queen can go here, queen b7 check, king back. After the pawn takes, she has a new square. Queen b7 check, king has to go back. Boy, this puzzle gets deeper and deeper. Can you imagine seeing all this from the starting position? I can't. Queen h7 was a shock to me. No, this is a puzzle. We're trying to solve this endgame puzzle here. It's a study. The initial position was quite different. It was just a bunch of pawns on the board, but we got into this queen thing where we were threatening checkmate, a checkmate threat that I thought couldn't be stopped, and then the puzzle stopped it. So I was going here with the idea of making a queen, and then I had two threats, right? Queen c7 or king c7 and king d7, both giving checkmate. But queen h7 stops both of them. So Ariel was saying, so maybe king c8 before queen f8. So king c8, then queen g7, and we can't take away h7, right? So the purpose of queen f8 was to take away queen g7. So I wanted to play queen f8 here to stop queen g7. But after b takes a6, I don't see the win. I don't see... Yep, it's white to play. Queen a7 was just queen h7 was just played. So I was just thinking about queen f8 because our threat, my idea was that our threat was to play king c7 or king d7, giving checkmate. And so in order to stop that, the queen has to stay on the 7th rank to cover both of these squares. But with queen f8, the queen can't move, right? We've frozen the enemy queen. But then after b takes a6, we're kind of screwed because now the queen has b7. So this is where we are now. You're caught up. That's why God blaze it. How's it going, man? Back for good. Oh no, I can't get rid of you. So b takes a6 is what I'm. So queen f8. So the line I'm looking at. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. The line I'm looking at is queen f8, b takes a6, and I can't figure out how white wins. King c8, queen b7 check, d8. So Ariel, you were saying king c8, queen g7. Is there another waiting move that we have? Oh. No, I was just thinking a takes b7, but queen takes b7 is still possible and forcing us back to d8. King c8, queen g7. Oh, maybe after queen g7, queen here. The king here and the queen and the pawn, everything's all coordinated there. But again, with a million checks, like queen has the million checks against the king, right? Let's just put it on the board. They're still down a pawn. There must be a win here. I mean, unless king c8's wrong. I kind of like my queen f8 idea. But again, you take here. Yeah, this doesn't look good. And I say queen g7, right? Because after takes, there's this, right? And this is just winning. So obviously b takes is not possible here with the queen on this square. So queen d7, it's got to be the only move. This is maddening. Wow. Wow. Does anyone have any ideas? I wish I could just wait somehow, and then like once the queen goes back to h7. Oh, maybe is that an idea actually? Like if we could ever force the queen back to h7, then queen f8 is a much better idea now, right? Because if the pawn takes, this is mate. So we need to like dance with the queen so that my queen ends up on f8 and his queen ends up on h7, and the king and the queen coordinate so nicely, covering up that whole file or that whole rank. Could that be a winning idea? Like, what if? So king c8, queen g7, and now like the only queen move I have is here. Now he has two different queen moves though. Queen h7 immediately loses to queen f8. So queen here is forced, right? Oh, that's not the only way to force him off the back rank. Look at this. Queen h8 here. And then again, the only move is here. The only move she has is here, and now queen here is the same issue. All of the 7th rank squares are taken. They're mine. Queen, you have to go away. Look at this. I think I solved it. Because now b takes a6 works the same way, right? There's always this There's always this thing here. It was like a dance with the queens, trying to force the black queen off of the 7th rank. It's almost like opposition if you think about it, like with the kings trying to move each other off of a file, but here it's queens trying to move each other off of a rank. Okay, I'm gonna try. I think I'm kind of confident here. Let me pull up Chess King again. Change my view here so you guys can see. There we go. Okay, so after King H7, we said King C8. Is that the right move order? Queen F7. What was the problem after Queen F7? Oh yeah, B takes A6 doesn't work because the king's not on C8. So you got to play King C8 first. Yeah. And now we just need to dance with the queens. So queen. Oh, there's a variant here. Queen here. So if we take, it's actually stalemate. There's always something. Okay, wait a minute. How do we? So what position after King C8? I almost had it. So there's this stalemate trick. Queen E4. What do we do now? So if we go prematurely back to G8, Queen has here, and now they have the opposition. King E7, King C7. I mean, he's starting to take our queen, right? Queen takes and B takes mate. Whoa! Oh, King C7, Queen takes mate. Oh, that's nice. Hey, nicely done. Okay, I'm gonna try that with Chess King. I think I agree with you there. So King C7, and then mate. Wow. And then what now? You guys can see this, right? Well, yeah, A takes. I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant. So Queen G7 here. We got to go Queen here. This is what we were calculating earlier. Queen here. It's just a dance with the queens. So Queen F7. And now Queen H8, Queen E7, Queen G8. Oh, again, there's another variant. Jeez. Oh, if the queen back, then Queen F7 wins. We take here, and then we give checkmate. Nice. Okay, and then there's this other variant that variation. King H8, Queen H8, and then Queen G8. Nice. Oh, 17 points for that? So this is 110 points. Wow. I don't think I've ever solved a 110 pointer on my own. And I can't claim to have solved it on my own here. You guys helped for sure. But man, yeah, the 110 point ones on CTR are nuts. So to give some perspective, I train with 10 and 20 point problems. Anything above that, and it's like a toss up whether or not I can win, whether or not I can actually solve it by myself. Yeah, that one was insane. It looks so simple until Queen H7, right? Like it's like as soon as they play Queen H7, I'm like, oh no, there's a lot more to this. Wow. Okay. So, I think I'm about in game puzzled out. Guys, I'm gonna go ahead and play some games. I haven't played much chess at all today. So let's do that, shall we? Let's see if there's a tournament that I can join. Someone challenged me earlier. Does anyone want to play? Where can I find this Endgame training on Lichess? I'm a beginner. Jox997. That wasn't a Lichess thing. That was something I put on Lichess as a study, And the source of that material is from a website called Chess King. If you go to chessking.com and click on Learn, there's a free set of 100 problems. Yeah, so Chess King, and that's what I was using to check my solutions there. So, all right, so Ariel wants to play, aka Chris, play chess. All right, man, 5-2, let's go. Again, his rating is not, he needs to play more chess. Because his blitz rating is not indicative of his playing strength. He's at least 1900. For some reason, Ariel, I thought you were a fan of the bishop g5 move instead of a e3. You studied both. Okay. Toilet Noggin? Yeah, song request is turned on. So feel free. Feel free to request something. I'm playing against viewers right now. Links are okay only to YouTube. So yeah, feel free to link to a YouTube song you want to hear. Okay, yeah, I can clear it out for you, no problem. Shinga Nakamura, blue light. I think I should take this. Play knight here. Oh, whoops. That's not what I should have done. Yeah, I don't know this opening as well as I hoped. I was just playing memorized rules without calculating. Ouch. So I got to take here, else I'm losing a piece, and then I got to move my king, I think. So I lost a pawn there, and I lost the right to castle. Got a castle by hand. Probably queen e8, rook e8, and rook back to king back to f8. You guys are going crazy with the song requests. Good to see. Welcome back, Gary Fang. We just spent 2 hours doing Endgame puzzles that you requested and then didn't stick around for. Okay, yeah, you gotta be more specific. I'll get rid of the. How many of those do you want to delete? uh, Always with the annoying moves, Ariel. Let's go here, I guess. Oh, that looks bad. I'm not sure about that move, actually. Delete the most recent two. Okay. To respond to this threat. Yeah, Gary Fang, it works better to just make the link. That way you know for sure what you're requesting. Toilet Nugget requested Barbie Girl. Okay. Can't promise to sing along with that one. Not that I ever sing along with anything, but that one least of all. Adam Sandler, the Hanukkah song. Nice. Whoa, he sacks the piece here. Oh, I guess because he realized he's getting it right back. Let's go here. So if I take that, I'm just down the exchange? No, I have 2 pieces for the rook. Yeah, let's just do that then. So I have 2 pieces for the rook, but he has 2 extra pawns. So this is it's a little bit weird. This material imbalance. Alright, let's go here. I think I'm winning the exchange now. What should be compensation for my material loss. Because this rook is on a dark square. Barbie Girl by Aqua has got to be one of the most annoying songs of all time. Hey, someone requested it. That means we're going to listen to it, man. I'm sorry. That's how things work around here. So is there mate here? I don't think there's mate here. I always go for material. There's not enough time in Blitz to calculate mate. Gary Fang, it's awful. Well, Toilet Nugget, you requested it. Why did you request an awful song? You like awful music. Okay. Okay, Gary, what are you doing? I was looking at my weak H2 square, then forgot about it 2 moves later. Oh no. Missed mate in 1? Did I miss mate in 1? Surely not. Wait a minute. Where's their mate? Oh, knight here was mate. Oh wow. Yeah, I did miss mate in 1. That's hilarious. Okay. Whoops. Hmm. So I have the active king. That should be good for me. Hmm. So my plan is just to bring the rook to the A file, pick up this A pawn, and that should be that. So this check in here first, I think. Well, oh, this is so boring. Because if I take here, like, he gets all my pawns and it's a draw. Um, Maybe I can still hold this. I'm not sure. So just go here. Now my king can walk over to defend. Oh, this is not as simple. Okay, wait a minute. Here we go. Oh, I thought this was so easy. Yeah, because we just go back and forth now. Ah, good game, man. Damn. Yeah, I think this is a. I thought I could just take this pawn and queen, but there wasn't time. I didn't calculate that quite well enough. And moving my knight means that you took my last pawn. So I think it might have been a draw from the beginning. I don't know. Now I'm curious about the analysis of this game. Let's check this out. Um, yeah. So I have some challenges here coming up. So I'll play these guys in order. Winning technique. I've seen you guys before. Actually, yeah. Instead of doing the analysis, let me go ahead and just keep playing the challenges. So Swag God, if you send me a challenge, you'll be in the line of people who want to play. So this is a 6-minute no increment game. So I always like to see what strong players play against the dragon. Some of them play the Yugoslav, like people like my level do. Some of them play like lines that I've never seen before. Um, but I'm really used to people facing people that know the Yugoslav because that's what everyone plays at my level. Yeah. So F3, it's a Yugoslav attack with Queen D2 and coming here. All right, let's bring the knight in. I think D5 is a possible move. He didn't play bishop c4 to stop it. I think I'm gonna go for it. Okay, here we are with the Adam Sandler, the Hanukkah song. Jolet Nagan, if you're still in the chat, say hi. Oh, looks like you were queuing up even more. So yeah, I see you in the chat actually. Some people like to request silly songs and then just leave. So I'm making sure you're still here. I guess I can't prove that you haven't muted the stream. Why would you leave? I don't know, man. Some people, like I said, some people like to make a request and then run away. Not muted. Okay. Well, this song's funny, right? Like the Adam Sandler Hanukkah is not that terrible. Swag God Blaze It. Have you seen Chris play? Are you asking Toilet Noggin? Okay, so now I'm basically in an endgame here. Against a really strong player, so this should be fun, actually. So the question now is, do I want a castle? I think, and the bishops here, between both bishops and both rooks, I think I am going to castle. Eduardo Zaragoza with a song request. So Nightbot is not responding to that song request. I don't know what happened to Nightbot here. Okay, so it found Lichtpret stuff. All right, it's my move. I should not be so distracted. Okay, I think a5 just to free the rook from that. I want to move my rook to the b file maybe. So then an equal amount of pawns, but he has the better islands, right? He has 3 and 3, whereas I have 5 and 1. So I'm just probing for weaknesses now because he's got 2 pawns here, a little bit more difficult to defend than mine. So I'm just trying to look at the imbalances here. So the rook here, they're on open. These are his 2 pawns that are on half open files. My 2 pawns that are on half open files are here. So I can actually form a chain fairly easily with my 2 pawns, whereas he can't form that chain so nicely because of this pressure. So he'd like to be able to play like this. Okay, so let's prevent rook here. Lots of song requests here. Hello, Eduardo. I saw you say hello. Ariel was taken. This was requested earlier. We were talking about it. So bishop here is awfully tempting. Takes away a bunch of squares from his rooks. He's got this move, and I suppose I can come back this way, but let's see what happens. Oh, he just wants to trade it off. How about no? This is Toilet Nugget's request. You can thank him for the song. It's so funny. I remember being a teenager listening to other people listen to the song and wondering what in the world. It's kind of funny. I know, but it was requested. Yeah, whoever requested it, it's on them. So I'm getting ahead on the clock, actually. We've got over a minute now. But, I guess as a strong player, he wants to figure out a way to find some kind of imbalance or something to make these things a little bit less dull, I guess. Like he's probably playing for complications if he can. But it's kind of hard to do that actually when your pieces don't have very much mobility. And I would think there's only a couple of moves to consider here. I'm not sure why that decision is so difficult. Curious why he's thinking so much here. Is it popular though? That's a question. Is it actually a popular song? Because I only heard it on the radio for like a couple of months and then it was over. So I don't know. At least somebody likes the music. Anyway, there's a whole list of songs coming up after this, so you guys can just wait. We'll get to the good stuff. Eduardo, I do prefer English. Sorry, man. I understand a little bit of Spanish, but I don't speak it very well. So is winning technique just like walked away from the game, or I don't get it. No, I'm just trying to console the people who are like I listen to just about anything, man. I'm trying to console the people who are unhappy. Wow, he's just letting his time run for no reason. I don't get this. Okay, so now we have some like Japanese type stuff. What is this from Hachiawaze? That's cool music. Okay, I just went on time. Thanks for nothing, I guess. All right, so the next person in line is Roy Davis. I believe this is Swag God Blaze It, right? Good luck, man. Have fun. Hey, Eduardo, you can think of the stream as a way to practice your English, man. Don't worry about it. Oh, you're gonna do another one. Radiohead Paranoid Android. Hey, that's one of my favorite songs, actually. Okay, my opponent is talking with me in the chat. He's like hallucinating that I had a move that I didn't do. Black is awful. Who is this guy? You are one and the same. Hey, Michael. How's it going? Michael Meister Twitch. Okay, so that move looks to lose the bishop pair. So, any and Roy slash Swag, I wouldn't say you're playing really awful. Actually, it's a little early in the chat to be talking about. Okay, now I would say you're awful because you just lost a piece. Michael, you can send me a challenge, Chess with Chris on leechess.org. You'll be second in line if you go now. I have one person waiting, and you will be second after that. So Ariel was taken. I can't help you notice. I can't help noticing how you. Oh, you actually did request one. Okay, I was going to say that you keep criticizing people's music, but you don't request anything of your own. But here I see you actually did make a request, so I'll just put my sock in my mouth. Yeah, dope. No, I know what you mean, but like criticizing means saying something's good or saying something's bad, right? I wasn't saying you were being critical. All right, dope. I realized you meant dope was good for sure. I think I'll just keep going here. Oh, that is an idea. I guess I've kind of left my king side a little bit, but maybe my attack comes faster. I'm not sure. Hmm, that's annoying. Oh, there's a pawn there. Okay, so this is cool. Someone actually requested jazz. Nice. Thanks, Lick to Bread. I'm going to add this to my playlist, actually. This sounds really good. Save to channel playlist. F4, knight takes c6, bishop takes c6, queen takes e6, and my kings, I don't know. It didn't seem that good. Knight takes e3. Sorry, knight takes e3, queen takes e3, bishop takes e3, yeah. Alright, let's do it. Let's go for here. Now f4, knight takes e3, f takes e5. Oh, why didn't I see that? I did not look at that at all. Back to what time limits are you accepting challenges? Pretty much anything except bullet. Um, oh, yeah, don't make me play bullet when I haven't practiced it in forever. Oh, have I just blundered? Oh boy, I might be in for it here. Almost, I just can't say no to a discovered check, but that might have just gotten me in trouble. I'm still just barely material up though, so. 10 plus 5 might just work. Depends on how many people are in front of you. I try to end the stream by 6 o'clock my time, which is about 40 minutes from now. So we'll see what we have time for. Okay, here I think I'm just going to trade queens and win because I have a lot more material. Michael Meister says I had to play against 1300. Not sure what you mean. I can take here now? Good game, man. Kind of fell apart in the end there. But yeah, you almost had something against my king. That was close. All right. Okay, Ariel was taken. I already played you. Okay, so e4, e5's next. Cool. Looks like this is a 5-minute no increment. Okay. Good luck. Have fun. It's your turn. Thanks for the spanking, Dad. That's funny. You shouldn't call me Dad until I beat you 10 times in a row. E4, E5, are you around, man? It's your turn. I'll have to move on if I don't get a move here in the next, 5 seconds. Okay, moving right along. Let's actually click a board first. There we go. Okay, Legios, come on, where are my challenges? Do I usually play D4 or E4? I normally play D4. See it right now. Oh, hey, you just came back. Okay, the Dutch defense. Okay, I was looking at a line to play against the Dutch defense because I needed it. I know a guy who plays the Dutch defense, so I was just looking at this earlier. Taylor Swift. Just realized this was her song. You love the game. Yeah. Um, chess is the game as far as I'm concerned. No other games are worth spending time on. I didn't always have that opinion. I used to play different games. But yeah, these days I only have time for chess. So I feel like this way of playing for white against the Dutch is pretty nice because it gets them into situations that they're not familiar with, and gets me at just a nice open position that I can, or at least semi-open, right? Nothing closed, like totally closed, like the stone wall or whatever. So yeah, this feels totally natural for me. I can play C4. Blank space. All right, we heard that. Want to see the commercial at the end? Agua, yeah, thanks. Okay, so let's develop my knight now. What is this? Lictopred again with the oh, Inya. Yeah, I've heard of Inya. I haven't heard the song before. That's cool. Do I have a real rating? Oh, come on, Lichess isn't a real rating? What's wrong? FIDE. No, I've never played a FIDE rated tournament. I have played tournaments in the United States, but not many U.S. players have FIDE ratings. That aren't professionals. So yeah, I was USCF rated a long time ago, and I ended up with about a 1700 USCF rating. So I the last tournament I played I think was in 2011. No, I wouldn't say that, Swag God. You're better than that for sure. Yeah, CAC2U. I see your thing in chat. Tomlin's man. CAC. Yeah, Michael, you actually see 400 ratings at the scholastic level with kids who join tournaments who aren't very talented. Yeah, you see those ratings, lower ratings quite a bit. I believe when I started as a scholastic, I was like 800, but I had been playing with my dad against my dad for years. So if you don't have that, history of playing chess, um, yeah, you can easily start out with the 400 rating. So yeah, in my first tournament, I had a lot of experience just playing untimed games against my dad. So winning technique. Sorry, I got disconnected during our game. Oh, winning technique. Yeah, you were the 2000 rated player. Sorry, man. Um, the it was funny how you say you got disconnected because I saw the green circle the whole time. Licha said you were connected. It must not have even registered that you disconnected. It's kind of crazy. It's another good song. Hey, and this is requested by my opponent actually. Nice. I do like this so far. So how shall I win here? The light squares are weak on the king side. Briefly considering an exchange sack and then taking the f5 pawn. That's so tempting. It'd be really embarrassing though if I couldn't convert that. It's because it's kind of a risk, right? The exchange sack. Oh, whatever. Life's full of opportunities. You gotta take advantage of those opportunities when you can. Feingold is famous for saying, if you can win anything for the exchange, take it. So I just want a pawn for the exchange. And I also have a light square complex on the king side that I can try to take advantage of as well. So, so that's my idea here with the rucksack. Of course, Feingold is like the king of exchange sacrifices, so he would say that. Yeah, Eduardo, you've got one more song by Lictor coming after this one, and then your first song will show up in the number 2 spot. So the number 1 spot after this one, and then you're the number 2. Michael Meister, you should be able to challenge me again. I didn't block you or anything. Yeah, I'm not sure. 400 sounds like your bullet rating. Oh man. Yeah, bullet is a whole other animal. Like really good players can see tactics fast enough to play, halfway decent bullet games, but um that's hard, that's really tough to do. So I just got a new challenge. Who was that? E4, E5? Yeah. You should be able to. Yeah, that's you. So I got your challenge, man. Good job. So Eduardo says what? Okay. So we have the current song playing now. We have one more song and then your song, Eduardo. Hmm. Let's bring my rook in. Okay, glad we got that cleared up. You can also do song list. Yeah, Lictor Pred also gave you a link here. If you go to this Beta Nightbot TV Chess with Chris song requests, it shows the list of everyone's request and what order they're going to come in. Oh, that looks like it loses a piece. I think I will go ahead and try that. The song list is a little weird. It still shows songs in the queue that have already been played. Is that right? That's strange. Hmm. So we got the current song that's correct, but the cue is a little bit off, isn't it? So the Path of the Wind is the next song that I have. Yeah, so 1 through 4 here are wrong in the queue from that link. That's really strange. Nightbot needs to work on their stuff here. Oh, wow. He took my pawn? Really? What is that about? I'm just going to take your queen. That's very strange. Okay. So it doesn't look like I sacked the exchange here, but I did. I only have one rook, but then I won the queen. So that's. I didn't need to win the queen. I don't know why he gave me his queen. A little bit weird. See, honestly, I didn't even see my queen being attacked. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, that was a fork on your queen and your bishop. So if you'd moved your queen, I would take your bishop for free. So that's how that position should have worked out. You started just in December. Wow. I gotta say, for only having been played for less than a year, I say you're doing really well. Just is a difficult game to master. I hear of people, only playing for 1 or 2 years and they're already better than me, and that's seriously impressive. Like, um, I've been playing for over 20 years. It's taken me that long to get to where I am now. So, hmm. Oh wait, oh that's okay. Is this the point where I say I started playing in December 2016? Yeah, Ariel, you are one of those really impressive people. That's for sure. Of course, you and I just drew, so. But anyway, you accomplished in 2 years what at least what I accomplished in 20. So. All right, good game, Tommy Lensman. All right, so moving right along, we got e4, e5. Should be a tough game. We're similarly matched. Okay, he's playing this time. Good deal. Hmm. Transposing into some kind of weird. Oh no, I know this actually. This is a thing. This is a 5-minute no increment game, so I should play quickly, or at least at pace. CAC says I've peaked at 1450 rating in classical and Lichess, but play bad in rapid and blitz. All right, man. Yeah, just keep practicing. The speed will come. Like, you should basically focus on classical, and then the speed will come later. Chess is all about pattern recognition, and it takes a long time to be able to spot the patterns quickly. What is that move about? I guess he's defending it enough times, isn't he? He's just getting rid of his weak pawn. That's a good move, actually. But he's kind of helping the development of my bishop. Like, the development of my bishop was a little bit of an issue before he played that move, and now it's not. Eduardo wants to use Google Translator. Okay, man. I'm not sure it works on the audio. Hopefully you can understand me okay. Oh, so El Paso del Gigante, this is your Del Gigante, this is your request. Okay, so I can win a pawn here, right? Seems like I can win a pawn here. Okay, I guess I go here and bring my bishop back. Eduardo likes his music. I can see him dancing in the chat. I see cartoon here. It's like some anime. And you got one more coming up after this. Grupo Marano. Marano. All right. I'm gonna stop trying to speak Spanish. Now what? Right here looks like fun. No, it doesn't. He just takes it. Okay. What would somebody who was good do in this position? Maybe queen here actually forks 2 pawns. Queen isn't needed on my side of the board. Oh, bishop takes here is possible. Maybe go here first. Oh no. I'm playing too fast. Oh, he didn't see it. Or he did, and he's being nice. Yeah, so what's better here? So if I take the rook, he takes my queen. If I take the bishop, he takes my rook, and then he's got both rooks. Yuck. None of those are good options. Yeah, I'm just gonna resign. Good game, man. Totally just like played way too fast here. All right, Ariel. Looks like you're the last one in the queue. All right. Let's see if I can defend with black again. I don't know why you got black. I got black twice in a row against you. Pretty sure the last game we played I had black as well. Yeah, I can't tell. Looks like I won a pawn there somehow. Come on, in Lee chess, I play sometimes 4 in a row. Black. Yeah, you mean play the same person 4 times in a row? Yeah, I've done that myself. Oh, you're saying, oh, you get black 4 times in a row. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's not ideal, right? You definitely don't want to play that many blacks in a row. This song is about love. All right. It doesn't sound like a love song, but I guess everybody has different ideas about what a love song sounds like. Call Me Maybe. Toilet Noggin again with the annoying songs. This song was so overplayed. Wow. Oh really? Okay. I should be afraid here, but I don't really think I am. Wait, I just should I just trade? I don't want to trade. If I go here, check here, I should be okay, right? Yeah, I should be okay. That's my God. Yep, yep. That's probably what Toilet Nagam was going for too when he requested this. I don't know. I feel like accepting this material was like bait or something. Like, I must be losing here, but maybe not. I'm not sure. The song is also about love. I'm not sure you could call her feelings love in this situation. If you want to be pure about the word love. So if I take the knight, I'm definitely losing, right? Or am I? I mean, what's the big deal? I'm just taking the knight. I ain't afraid. I'm taking the knight. I mean, it doesn't look pleasant, right? But I think I'm defending here. Like, rook takes two doesn't work. I just take the queen. He retreats. Maybe I have a chance this game. Okay. I should probably connect my rooks. Hmm. He must have an idea if I take this pawn, right? Like, why would he do that on purpose? Oh, he wants to take here. I see. But then I have f3, f6. I mean, I'm not seeing it. I'm gonna take it. Oh, I love this song. Hey, this is again. My opponent has a song request during the game. Okay, so I got to be careful here. I can't just play bishop back at this mate. Um, king at rook f7 kind of works. It looks like. I think. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. It kind of unconnects my rooks. I'm also considering this move, but I got to play fast actually. Okay, Ariel, you're slipping up today, Chris / Ariel. He wants his revenge, but you know what? It's 5 to 6. I can't play another one, man. I'm sorry. Well, guys, thanks for joining me at Chess with Chris. I do appreciate everything. Thanks for the song requests. Thanks for the bits. Thanks for the follows. Let's look at my dashboard here and see what's going on here with the new stuff that I might have missed. So CAC followed. Thanks very much. Dickie followed. Eduardo followed. Okay. I'm having trouble with some of these names. Alonidas followed. Thanks very much. Gary Fang with the 1-bit. Thanks a lot. Alt F4 Pro has followed. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you guys next time. Tune in every Monday and Tuesday to catch me live. We'll see you next time.